Welcome to today's collective reading. This is TrinityGaiaOracle, and we'll open with a bit of clearing the vibration of the third eye and kyanite and selenite to align the energies coming in and elevate them so that only the messages of the highest and greatest good for the collective tuning in may come through. Okay. Begin with some oracles here. What does the collective today need to know about what's kind of weighing on their mind space, their thoughts, their subconscious even? What guidance do we have coming through, Spirit? Okay, this one is going to need a bit of a cover to it. Let's see here. I'm going to have to do this in a hot minute, so I'm going to grab... We'll grab an angel oracle cover for it. So we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. So we have the Bard of Truth, and the Bard of Truth is number 22. So this breaks to a 4, which is foundational. It's harmony. I mean, we have the harp here as well as the swan. So this is like a gift of harmony, balance. You can sense something coming in because you're in harmony and balance, and it's being mirrored with the 2 and the 2. So this is something that is manifesting you just as much as you're manifesting it. This is meant for you. This is meant for you. And the divine wants to give this to you if you're willing to open that ribbon, if you're willing to receive it. It's there. It's there. So this may be a question for you. Are you receptive to receiving this, to taking the ribbon off of this goose's neck and going, "You're my goose now." And geese, Canadian geese, not all animals in the wild have one mate that they pick and that's their mate for life, but that synchronicity is there. If you happen to see some Canadian geese moving from north to south, that may be a synchronicity of knowing the direction that you're going, of having that surety, and that they mate for life. There's loyalty, there's commitment, there's a solid foundation between them. So this is something that is present in your manifestation, that's coming in this gift and this harmony that you're aligning with. So let's see here. Let's go a layer down. What guidance do we have for the next layer down of detail? Here we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is a very abundant manifestation. A feeling of play in the creation, a contribution of the different facets of yourself and the divine, and what is also manifesting this with you. It's a celebration. So there's just this dancing, fun vibe to it. So what's the challenge here? What's the question, the challenge? What is it that you are being guided to know about, where to assertively act, or how you're assertively acting, the guidance upon that? The world inverted. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that this is, are you receptive to this? Because there's an uncertainty possibly. There's the question. Now I'm going to read this to an extent, at least the highlighted keywords for you guys, just because there could definitely be some synchronicity in that for you. In the reverse, it's stagnation, failure, and final obstacle. Ooh, the final obstacle. The final question is, what is your answer? Are you receptive to receiving this? Are you going to take the ribbon off of this goose's neck and go, you're my goose now? Because you're in harmony. You're in vibrational harmony with this manifestation, as well as this other energy. All right, let's go one more layer down. See if there's anything that they would like you to know. Further synchronicities. Do like a minimum of 2 cards at least. There may be more that comes through, and we'll just go with what Spirit wants to communicate here. All right, so what do we need to know the next layer down? Ooh, that one flew out. And it's the 3 of Wands. Okay, it is time. It is time to answer this question. It is time to join in the fun, to ride the waves, to contribute playfully to this manifestation. All right, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles, and it kind of came out on its side. The seeds are in your subconscious, in your mind, your memories, the synchronicities. This is a remembering of who you are. It's not inverted, it's not upright. So this is in progress. It's the remembering of who you are and your receptivity to that, which is part of why it feels so much more playful, because you understand your power. It's why you know now that you can join in and it be fun to ride the waves. The question is, what kind of a surfer are you going to be? Are you going to be the one that sits there and waits for the perfect wave and thus never actually rides one? Or are you going to enjoy the waves that are there, and if the perfect wave shows up, like, great. But you're already having fun. You're already there. You're experiencing. It's a question to, are you giving your power to fear? Do you fear that you'll be really, really happy? Ooh, interesting that it came through that way. All right, so this is a little more of the challenge, a little more of the question side. Do we have any? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, so let down your burden. This is a 10 of Wands inverted. It's time to have fun. It's not an ordeal. It's not something, yeah, and you've manifested this. Definitely. Definitely. Okay, so this is beautiful. All right, so what do we need to know about the heart space? The emotional side, the intuitive aspect. What guidance do we have coming through for the collective here? Tuning in to today's reading. All right, the alchemist of pain. Ooh. Turning your pain into power. Learning from it through looking at it. Through choosing to not let it remain in its state, but be used to galvanize your focus, your drive, your personal will to create something other than this pain that you're experiencing. To allow it to drive you. And also to be receptive to receiving help. Ace of Swords. Oh, what a beautiful card. I've been seeing this one in this deck for a moment, so it's really good to see it showing up here. And I really enjoy that it is, you know, a feminine form and a feminine form. So you're receptive to this. You're receptive to this truth coming in, to your power, to the awareness of who you are, to owning your power, to knowing that you're not alone, that this is the divine coming in. Your higher self, future self, your divine, your personal relationship with divine is... The divine knows what you've been going through, sees what you've been experiencing, has been experiencing it with you. And it is time. It is time for that truth to come in, yes, but also for it to not be something that you know about only, but for others to be able to, the others being the other energies around this pain, to also have that illumination as they see you receiving this truth. Judgment in the upright. How poignant. All right. I'm going to get those numbers, the word synchronicities for you guys. Just because this deck, it does kind of surprise me still. So, okay, in the upright. Deciding for others, being judged, consequences, and closure. So now that you have received this truth, know this truth, and now others around this dynamic of pain are not like in the dark about it. They know it because it's very, very visible, and you're receptive to receiving it, and it's being gifted to you because you're trusted with that. Because when it comes to being the judge of, you know, what's going on in the dynamic, like the deciding for others is not a responsibility that you take lightly. You feel the need to maintain your balance, your harmony, your connection to the divine in order to model that appropriately, thoroughly, to show all the different ways in which no matter what comes at you, ultimately, around you, it is clearer. Ultimately, the divine is present within. And let's go a layer down here. Let's go a layer down here. What exactly do you guys need to know about this? Because I can go into this really deeply, but I want to know exactly what you guys want the collective to know. What does the divine, their guardians, their ancestors, their guides desire them to know? And, you know, the collective tuning in particular. It's almost I could go deeper, but they want me to highlight specific things. Okay, so we had the magician come flying out. Okay, so you're a crafty magician. You're a crafty magician because this, yes, inverted, it doesn't mean you're not manifesting. Obviously, you're manifesting this. You're obviously doing this. What this to me is the universe answering back, is coming back to you. Upright, it presents more of a you communicating, praying, sending out, making changes within your life to bring in this answer, to bring in this truth, really, this intervention, this awareness for not just you, but others, to know that the divine is present within you. Okay, yeah. There's that offer taking root. That abundance, it's because of this, the universe is offering you that abundance. And it's ready. It's ready to be planted. It's ready to flourish, to be, I wonder what this is going to grow into. Oh boy, okay. All right, so that hopped out. What do we need to know here about this challenge? The question of what do you give to? And are you giving to what is not good for you? Or are you giving to what is balanced? This is also a highlighting of a contract. This is something that your soul came here to do, and all of you is assisting in this. To create the necessary change, because you're being crowned. You're being acknowledged. Their illumination is coming in, and there's others involved in this. There's others involved in this. If there was not some form of injustice being visited upon you in this dynamic, be it to challenge you to grow, yes, but there's a sense that it got really out of hand. That the energies in this situation overstepped. And thus there's judgment, and there's the Tower. In this judgment, it's not just about how you view, how you pass judgment, like good, bad, hot, cold. Those are all judgments. When you decide that X, Y, or Z is just so unjust, incredibly unfair, so out of balance, that it's not something that you want to agree to because it feels so wrong that would be the structure that you're presented with. And if you agree to it, well, then it's so. But if you don't agree to it, then the divine can come in and create balance from the divine perspective. Because ultimately, everything in creation answers to the divine. Even the darkness. Even the darkness answers. And there are certain things in place that the divine has been made aware are for the divine to rebalance, to pass judgment upon, because the divine knows all. Because the divine is present within all. And this toxic, emotional, intuitive, energies. These are the energies that were creating this consistent emotional, intuitive pain. And this, to me, definitely, it's the sword of Archangel Michael. Like, you're protected, you are recognized, you've done the work. You've done the work to get here. It has not been an easy path to get here. And because you've done this work, the divine has been able to create even more balance. If you had not done all the shadow work, if you had not, kept that light within you pure, always willing to see the divine in the situation, right? Always willing to see the good in others. Even though you're aware that they have a shadow to them, you are always willing to see that light within them. Within this toxic cup coming to you, you were always aware that there was still light within this individual, even though it was a toxic cup that was causing pain. What they did not realize was exactly how balanced you are. They did not know who you really were and the connection that you actually have. And that's been illuminated. And when this judgment begins to be validated in your world around you, you probably already know it on an intuitive, spiritual level. You probably already feel the shift in the energy. But when it begins to happen in the physical, it's almost as though you're proof. You're the example. You're setting that, see, the divine is present. The divine is involved in our lives, is powerful, is present, is of love. It does still create balance and will intercede, will intervene when it's time. There is a plan here in place, and this may surprise you quite a bit, how, as a result of this judgment, because this made you stronger. Every time that they came to you with this toxic cup, you alchemized it. And you didn't allow, you immediately shifted it. You kept turning it into love and light. You kept choosing to trust the divine, even when you didn't understand. And yeah, you probably were angry a time or two. Because you're like, really, again? Because come the end of the day, we are human, but we are having a very unique experience. If you're drawn to this kind of reading, you're aware that this is something that is beyond the typical scope of human awareness. You may not have individuals in your life that are receptive to having talks or discussions to validate you, and that's for a reason, because you're meant to look to the divine. You're meant to go within to discover all of you. This is all of you. This is like the over consciousness of your soul kind of a deal. Like, and that it's harvest time and the contract is being called in. It like things are moving. Now, what do we need to know about the physical? I'm going to kind of clear this up a little bit, just so there's a little more space and you guys can see a little more of what's going on. It's not so cluttered. Okay. Oop. I want to put them in the wrong pile. Okay, so what do we need to know about the physical space here? What what does the collective need to know here from divine, spirit, guardians, guides, ancestors? Ooh, the Empress of Pleasure. This is coming into your physical reality. Enjoying the little things. The little things. Like she has her hand up and a bird is landing on her hand. This is like Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. You know, like those times where they're singing and the birds are singing with them. Like you're feeling very connected to all the little things in your environment that you're appreciative of. It's like someone who is told that they have X amount of time to live. They find themselves enjoying things that they took for granted, like that cold glass of water. You savor it. Whereas before you would have just chugged it and on to the next thing because you weren't feeling this awareness of running out of time. Now, you're not running out of time. That is not why you're appreciating this. You have gone from this feeling of pressure and getting stronger and stronger and alchemizing the pain and just this really heavy, oppressive feeling to that being completely lifted from you. You feel so light and free and like the world is new. Oop. It's absolutely like, it's such a good feeling. I don't know if you guys can... The phoenix. Did you see how it popped out too? Yeah, you have alchemized this. You went through all of this stuck, oppressive energy with divine, having that sword of truth, capable, willing, and supported, and literally changing its form through fire. Fire, like the wrath of God. Like, what would that look like? Like, to me, it is like pure white fire. Like, just, wow. And it changes the form of whatever it touches. Not like obliterating it. It alchemizes it. It changes it. So in doing that, everything around you that wished to keep you out of this state, it's not a thing. You're completely surrounded and supported by this flame of the divine. None of it can touch you, no matter how much it wants to. And it wants to. But it can't affect you. It cannot affect you. It can sit there and observe you in this state and not be able to do anything about it. Just like in this picture here, even in the background, there's like an atomic cloud in the background. You're protected from this radical change, this darkness. You're protected from it. It does not affect you. The divine's got you. The divine has got you. Because you trusted the divine. You trusted that inner voice within you, that truth within you. And the world's changing around you. To allow more to to be in this Phoenix state as well. Just being you, yes, but sharing your journey, sharing your path, what you're what you're manifesting. Just living that creates such a rapid, like a rapid and profound ripple effect in the world around you that it has to change from this ugh into an environment that more get to be in this state of pleasure, this state of everything is just anew. It's beautiful. There's light in all of it. There's also an emphasis on being in nature. Okay, so what's the challenge here? What's the question? What's the invitation to look deeper here? Ooh, the Knight of Wands. Interesting. What do you want to create? And whatever it is that you want to create, I get a sense that in the physical, it's rapidly forming and it's coming to you. It's heard the call and it's right there with you. It's wanting this too. Okay, so I'm going to get those synchronicities for you guys just to make sure that you kind of get that. So enthusiasm and creativity. Yeah. Yeah. Just another validation of that. So what you're manifesting is aware that this is happening. If you're willing to receive it and take that bow off of the gift coming into you because you're in alignment, you're in harmony, you're in a state of play because you're aware that this ich cannot touch you. It can't touch you. It didn't know that you had this Ace of Swords, this connection to the divine the whole time. It had no idea who it was messing with or what you were capable of. But it's not really you. Like, even in this, you give credit where credit is due. This was something that the divine chose to do, and you chose to be receptive. I'm not going to say that you are the divine. No. You give credit where credit is due. You're humble with it. This is the demonstration. How do you want me to word that? I feel like it's really complex and there needs to be a specific way for it to come through. Okay, well, let's let the cards speak. Let's see what they want me to highlight here for you guys then, while they work on the proper words for me to channel for you, the exact way to express it. Ooh, Three of Cups. Yes, so this is Trinity energy. Yet again with the Triskel tattoo on her back, it's also the connection to the universe. That the divine is within you. When you stare out at the void stares back into you. Ooh. And look at that. The Knight of Cups in the upright, doing acrobatics coming out of the deck. Receptive to receiving love. To being playful. To... yeah. Yep. This is definitely part of the manifestation, is the romantic aspect to it. Whether it's you being willing to, or receptive, or being able to see the romance in life again, or definitely romance coming in. Love notes, the offering of roses. This is an individual too that I want to highlight here, that they have some, aspects to them that on the outside would fit into a stereotype of someone who's possibly a little more edgy, a little more, maybe they've had a bit of an experience in life too. And I mean, really, could you have it any other way, going through what you've gone through? The person that would mirror you would have had to have gone through some things too, or you wouldn't feel understood. the question is, being that they landed on the Phoenix here, they've done the work too, or they are receptive to it. And giving of the not toxic. Being that this came out earlier over here under judgment in the inverted, this is the offering of an emotional, intuitive connection, that pure innocent aspect to one's heart. This is a cup that they've never given. Never given. And there is that light on it. It's like it's blessed. The divine is present. The divine, with the Trinity here, the divine is present within both sides, right? The divine is present within all of us. However, this person is supported in making this offer. It's not the toxic cup. It's the cup that you've been manifesting this whole time. Now, we had this fall out onto the floor in the inverted. The question is about the stability. Okay, so I'm going to pull from this deck to clarify that. Now, the palmistry aspect to it could have some significance, but I will read it for the suits as well. So, what do we need to know here? Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. It landed right on it. It purified it. Holy crap. I mean, I'm pretty tempted to flip that into the upright. It's like this part is unknown to both of you. Exactly where everything is and how it will look. You're very intuitive individuals, both of you. You're typically able to see things to some extent, have an inkling of it before it comes. Like energy precedes itself into you. Like you're aware, like before the phone rings, you know who's calling, that kind of a deal. Before someone enters the room, you already feel the vibe change in the space. But this is a bit of a mystery. And with that selenite landing on it like that, it's like, nope, that goes up right. But being that it came out in the inverted, you get to discover all the ways that it is upright. This is allowing you to fully live in the moment with someone. This is a mystery. It's this foundation, this interaction between these two sides is a mystery. So you get to be present in the now and enjoy it. You get to take pleasure in the unfolding of this manifestation because it's surprising you. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's just do three cards and a crossing here. What do we need to know to kind of wrap this up? Since we're not needing to clarify that. Ooh, the King of Cups. This assertive energy has decided to give because there was a broken heart. There is a broken heart with the Three of Swords here. Oh, they could feel that in the energy. Be it you being that King of Cups or it being, you know, an energy that you're interacting with in this manifestation. I will say that King of Cups, it has sunny and cheerful. So they're going to be playful when they come to you. It's a part of them that is just like, I'm not okay with you being in this brokenhearted state. There's also a question of concern for your health in that brokenhearted space. Okay, is there any more here? I was thinking 3 cards and a crossing card, but... Okay, then we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, there's an indication of like wealth, nobility. We had the Tower come through with the crown, the awareness of royalty. Possibly more like in the spiritual realm, like you were incognito, you were like the undercover boss, and you got to see how everything operated and how you would be treated if they didn't know who you were. And that's part of where this judgment came in. And oh boy, did things get changed as a result of you showing up and observing how they would treat someone like you. Oh boy. I don't know if there's an episode of Undercover Boss where the boss basically wipes the board. but I have a feeling that things are going to change, and there's a rare few that they're going to elevate as examples. But they will see, like, you see the light in people as this undercover boss. You see that. You understand the balance. And it's not that you're not aware of the interaction between having to deal with being in an environment, a work environment that's toxic. But basically you're saying for those of them that, you know, predominantly are wanting to be of the light, you're going to make it easier for them to do that, and you're going to empower them to be that model, to teach. Yeah, this feels like way shower. This feels like divine coming right down here with this one and saying, you're acknowledged, you're seen, and I'm elevating you as an example for others to learn from. That concept that divine is present within all of us, the divine was witnessing everything through you. And the divine was like, oh, this is going to change, and this is going to change, and we're going to balance this. And all right, do we have one more card here to cross this three of swords here? Because this 9 of cups that I was just speaking to pairs with this King of Cups. It's the divine within this King of Cups going, This could be more the physical manifestation of that, like one of your manifestations coming in, yes. But it is because they are also connected to this awareness, this divine. And they see the truth. Okay, if you're not going to have one fight, I'm going to pick one. Because, oh boy. Come on now. This is such a good high vibe here. All right, and then the King of Swords. Ooh. All right, so you actually have 2 kings present here. This King of Swords, they make very logical, cold decisions that require them to kind of put their cup, their heart, into a safe space and not let it be touched in order to make these decisions. But they became aware of this state, of your heart being in a broken state. And logically, everything that would follow if they did not make that strategic move to go, all right, it's time. It's time. It's time. If they did not make that shift within themselves, things would not go in a way that would allow them to ever take that heart back out. So they were not okay with this. And they also saw that it could possibly be affecting your health and theirs. And it wasn't worth gambling with that. So that would be today's reading for you guys. I'm going to leave it here for you. So the divine within me honors the divine within you. Namaste.